Gary's waiting to get in. Is he upstairs?
He's still mumbly. I understood it, but it was pretty mumbly.
It wasn't important, that's why. All right. Here's Paul.
There he is.
Welcome, Paul.
Welcome.
Hey.
We're not started yet.
About to.
Okay.
No.
We're waiting for you.
Did say hello to us.
Oh,
I
that
thought she
or
was gonna give me
two things like that.
Okay. Ready, Mariah? No,
You're gonna have to let me in a minute too.
yeah. Well, as I said, I'm not gonna do it. Mariah, you ready?
Okay. We'll get there.
Trying to get her.
There you go. No, there you go. Good idea.
Oh, that's. Did you just let me in? It says joining. You must, oh no, not yet.
Are they allowed to say?
No, it said joining to me,
There you
but
are.
it wasn't.
Really?
Now I'm getting there.
Hmm.
This meeting
You recorded. Yeah, my camera's good there.
She will be right here.
Oh, anything I did print, I left at home anyway. Oh, well. That's just life.
Like,
So for you folks in Zoom land, we're waiting for the clerk to have audio. Kind of needs it. Yeah.
Thank you.
You? Oh. Oh. Well, that's interesting. So,
you know,
This is.
this is the.
excuse the host.
I have no audio.
Yeah.
Do you want me to not be host?
Well, I mean, if I could be host in your absence, that would be good, except that I'm not here as recognized as being a co-host either.
What do you need me to do?
Well, as the host, you have to probably make me host or co-host at least.
She's got no audio.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Mine says join, but I'm already joined.
I go fix it.
Imagine.
I went through 2 meetings where I couldn't get visual. Well, I didn't realize that the camera, you know,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
just
it's
button up here.
pop,
Yeah,
sometimes, yeah, depending on whether it's a team meeting or a Zoom meeting.
but the camera.
Well, it was
the
a
computer
camera.
doesn't
It was the
change.
camera
The
issue.
cameras.
I had turned the camera off.
Oh,
I didn't know where
I
it
didn't
was.
know you could turn it on and off.
Neither did I.
You
I
can?
found that out.
Yeah, it says you can do it from your Zoom thing and everything right down at the
Well,
bottom.
that, yes, but I mean.
Mine's got a little button up here.
Oh, I don't have that. I don't.
I hit it accidentally, obviously.
Yeah,
But this is that thing that was already up and I added. I can make a copy of it.
Yeah.
I added, there was this one.
Yep, yeah.
Where this one, this one. This one, I added, otherwise I found some things were already on there. Well, that's okay, that's sort of the same thing, I guess. There's that one, I went through all of them,
We're looking at.
so there were,
But zoning review, since we're not in the meeting yet. Zoning, albeit.
Oh, yeah.
I got into the site, but only on a link from his email.
Yeah, that's
I'll
what I
never
did.
find it anymore.
Oh, that-
I'll
I
have to
did it
save
from
that
link.
email forever.
Yeah.
Mariah's going to call into the meeting.
Oh, brother, okay.
You could just be here.
Well, the worry is that if she closes Zoom down, she'll shut the meeting down.
Oh, right.
We don't want that.
I wouldn't think so.
So is she gonna stay in there?
Yeah,
Okay, well, now I'll put this stuff back here.
at least she's gonna try.
Okay, I'll take this out.
I could try to sign the institute.
Don't try anything new.
I mean, here now, but
Hell,
I'm not.
taking a nap.
And then this one is co-host.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Earl got back to me, Kelly did not, so we'll just,
But she got back to me.
she did,
Well, no, not about sharing, but you're talking about sharing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just appoint her anyway.
Yeah. That's my question.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Very good. All right, that technical difficulty having been dealt with, let us call the meeting to order. A little late, but 7 past. There is one deletion to the agenda. That being the item 10.4, the contract for county with snow and ice. Although we know what we want to do, we don't have all the numbers yet. We, just FYI, we have for years contractually provided winter maintenance on county roads. And the way it has been done is we track how many miles and how much material,
Right.
and then we build them. Most towns have now worked out with the county a lump sum annual amount based on averages, which would be a heck of a lot less trouble than what we're doing. And they offered us the same deal, and we're inclined to go that way because it'd be a lot easier. But we don't have all the numbers yet. So
Okay.
they'll come back next time.
Does anybody review that at the end of the year to find out whether we way overpaid
Yeah.
for what we use? Because
Well, I mean, that's it,
We're
it
doing
averages out
exact.
over time, you know, there are years when we'll be
Right.
using more than we get paid for, and other
Right.
years when we'll be getting more than we use, but,
But right now, we're doing it exact. We're not doing.
Right,
it.
I
Yeah.
totally understood that. I
So
asked with the contract, if they
Right.
review the contract at the usage at the end of the contract year to see whether the average is reasonable or whether they've
Yeah.
overdone or under.
yeah, and of course, for us to make that judgment, we would have to track also, as we're doing now, how
Right.
much we use and how many miles, and the hope is that we're gonna avoid doing that, save a lot of time and trouble.
Think about that.
Anything else to add? Okay.
Don't we have to add the municipal cooperation resolution?
Yeah, there were
You
the
mean
two
the-
things
the
that
laws-
ended up in
there-
the
it's on. It's
organizational.
they're in the organization.
Are they gonna be there every year?
Not
I mean-
necessarily, just here because it's the organizational meeting.
I mean, because I would have put them separate,
Yeah.
unless they're gonna stay.
Could have done that because we're kind of related to what they're around, so I stuck them in with the.
Yeah,
We should make it official that we have to do the fund.
Write them down.
Resolution,
The which?
fund transfer resolution.
yeah,
Oh, yes, that's right,
right after 7-1, before the warrants,
Yeah.
Right.
8.0.
right. Right, good point.
okay.
Okay. Good. All right, privilege of the floor. Is there anyone who would like to address the board? Marty, pull up a chair.
Oh, here she comes, here she comes, here comes trouble.
Is this the?
Yeah,
I know
that's,
last time I
that's the mic, so.
tried to speak,
No.
they, Mariah couldn't understand my voice, and I'm even more garbled tonight, and I tried to write it on back of my envelopes, but
It really,
not sure I
Oh,
can.
she's got a lot of
it
envelopes.
really
in
is
it.
back of the envelope.
Oh, yeah, me and Gandhi, that's how we say paper.
Wait, why don't you ask her if she can understand you now before you start?
Mariah, can you hear me?
Yep, sound good.
Okay, thank you. I'm Marnie Kirchgessner. I live at 74 West Jersey Hill Road, and I am here tonight because I am confused. Particularly tonight, I'm confused about a seeming wall between the Danby town government and local businesses. I grew up in Danby. We used to have a hamlet out here and with numerous businesses. It feels like to me we're at the cusp of a potential opportunity to have a hamlet again. And I want to know, why a vision for that seemingly isn't being embraced by the town. Over 15 years ago, the county planning department developed a plan for corridor development, which is what
Mhm.
96 is. And I see opportunities here in Danby for a buy local program. I had the best times last year shopping at the farm stand, the Goldenrod Depot, and dining at Danby Food and Drink. When I worked at the town of Ithaca, I placed many youth as town employees in private businesses. Never was there any question about whether the business was a good fit, whether it was the alpaca farm or a technology business. And
Wait, okay.
Are they winning?
it seems like that every time I talk about how the town could officially support businesses, they go, Naomi Strickard's yesterday, oh, that's illegal. I don't understand what she's talking about. And I then went on to talk about numerous events that I held while I worked for the town of Ithaca. For particularly, one event involved our farm businesses. Farms are businesses, boys and girls, they're businesses. And it's not about picking and winners and losers in my world. It's about how do we support our community. And if you want your community to grow, then businesses are as important as houses or homes, and we need to support them. And I just don't understand where this idea of illegality, and I humbly request that you either form a committee to investigate how the town can foster better relationships with local businesses. I would also request, until then, you personally pledge to spend $20 a week at local businesses. This could be easily done at Danby Food and Drink, and it has incredible multiplier effects because of all of the things. They're local bread producers, local coffee producers, honey, and pottery, and spend it at Goldenrod Depot. I just suspect most of us don't need more stuff. Now, I have to tell you, my grandson said his best Christmas was at my house. And do you know why? Because I went to Goldenrod Depot and he believes he got heirlooms for Christmas. Heirlooms. So there's a lot here in Danby that we could all nurture and see grow, and it will be to the benefit, because if any of these places fail, it sets up a scenario where the chances of anything else succeeding go way down. Thank you.
Thank you, Marnie.
I'm not sure whether Ted or Rhonda had their hand up first. Ted's got his camera on. Go ahead, Ted.
Rhonda did actually, and you can tell that she was first 'cause she's top left. I wouldn't want
No,
to
that-
usurp her role.
I don't
Okay.
know what he just said either.
Rhonda,
Where'd she go? There she is.
Well, thank you, Ted. I read all of the documents
that are part of the agenda. Thank you, Mariah, for getting me coordinated with that. I have two questions, and perhaps Joel could answer these questions. The first one is the $5,000 that went to the Food Bank of the Southern Tier. Was that $5,000 in addition to the money that goes to the church, or is that in exchange, in lieu of the money that's normally goes to the church? So that's my first question. I enjoyed reading Joel's supervisor report, and I just wanted to know what trust and agency is at the bottom of the report. Trust
Yeah.
and agency. Thank you.
In answer to your first question, it's the same $5,000.
No, it can't be.
It's-
It can't be.
Just,
I answered your question. It's the same $5,000. We give it to the food pantry by way of the Food Bank of the Southern Tier,
Not to the church.
not to the church.
We haven't done that in the past.
that's-
Last year
it's
it went
not a
directly
conversation.
Yeah,
to,
not a conversation.
it doesn't go to the food pantry. It goes to the church. It is for the church so that the church supplies
I
us
am
with a
not
venue.
in control, remember?
Right.
Oh,
Mariah is.
oh, no.
Ted,
There we go. Thank you. I noted the letter from the, welcome to New Year, folks. Good to see you all again. I noted the letter from the Board of Elections about discontinuing the West Danby polling place. And I'd like to put in 2 cents and maybe offer a suggestion to the board in how they could respond. Every point that Steve makes in his letter is true. Unfortunately, he left out the most important point, which is that West Danby is 600 feet below the rest of Danby, and it is reachable from one to the other only either by treacherous roads. I'm thinking of well, let's not even talk about Bruce Hill Road, but there's Station, which can be quite treacherous, or by going an enormous number of miles out of the way. It's not a straight line distance. They have sort of ignored the Board of Elections. They're very good, but they have sort of ignored the geography in the past. And I think you should basically tell them that it's not, it may be inconvenient for them, but it is a big inconvenience to the residents of West Danby to force them to drive. How many miles is it out of the way if they have to go downtown and back up? A long way. So that's item 1. Item 2, as you're probably all aware, I'm just putting it in there for the record. There are problems with the website right now. The calendar is not working. You cannot see the Danby News, excuse me, the Town Board News online. I know that Mariah's working on it, but I think you really should be examining the choice of software that you have that is basically complicating things to make this a problem. Just saying is all. Next item, I read somewhere else, not a town publication, that Paul Hansen announced his resignation during one of the December town board meetings. I pay attention, but I can miss things, but I don't remember reading that, and it's not in the minutes. And I see, of course, that there is a letter included now in today's agenda of resignation, but it makes me wonder, how did Joel know about this beforehand? So if he made that announcement during a town board meeting, it should be in the minutes. And if he didn't, how did Joel know to write into town board news about that? And finally,
Paul announced it right after the meeting, that's why it wasn't in the meeting minutes.
excuse me?
Paul announced it right after the meeting, which is why I didn't make the minutes.
After the meeting was adjourned. So it was a private
Correct.
conversation.
You could say that.
Okay, good. Well, that explains it, but it changes things a little bit. You know, I was very interested to listen to Marnie and her case for supporting businesses. And I'm not even going to go into the question of whether Danby needs businesses. But I am going to just say that I think it is a very bad idea for government to provide subsidies to businesses. They, you know, I hate to call myself a capitalist. I'm not, I don't think. But when the government subsidizes businesses, that is not capitalism. You can look it up. It's something closer to mercantilism. And it's the reason that this country rebelled against England and became independent was when the government was supporting businesses that were running in this, you know, across the pond in this country. I'd add that I sure hope the government would not get in the way of businesses. And there's certainly much in terms of regulation that you can do. I like regulation, but you know, I do have some sensitivity to business people who feel that they're being regulated. Of course, much of that doesn't come at this level. It comes at much higher levels of government. At any rate, with all that, I look forward to hearing you do your annual resolutions. Thank you.
Got another-
All right,
Peanut
Zach,
gallery.
you want- Prospective business owner, perhaps?
No, this actually, I mean, sure, everything is a prospective business owner, but I am just thrilled. I realize about this grant for the sewers.
Mhm.
I hope other people are too. Obviously, this is like the very bottom of starting anything, but it could mean a whole lot of positive change. And I just want to wish y'all Happy New Year.
Thanks.
Thanks, you too.
That's a nice segue into the next item, which is correspondence, because it's not there, it's
It's not
actually
on there.
announcements, actually.
I
but-
know.
Yeah. So we have the audit letter, which we actually was previously reported, which is why we created the audit committee.
When we haven't set up a date,
Yeah.
we are prepared for it.
I got the new forms.
And that's Pat and Catherine,
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We did indeed get notice about the West Danby polling station, which I'm not, you know. that's
I have,
cool.
I'd like to ask that we put together a response to the county committee.
Board of Elections.
Board of
The Board of Elections,
Yeah.
yeah. But in looking at the options for West Danby residents to get here, you know, given weather is an issue often, whether it's rain, wet leaves, snow, and the time allotted for people to get to the polling place is limited. A lot of people could be left out. But the options that I could think of was they could drive towards Spencer and come out Fisher Settlement Road, which is not fun in some weather.
Well, they could take Hillview.
Michigan, they can do Michigan Hollow Road,
Right.
which is winding and unpaved. They could do Station Road to Bald Hill, which is, also winding and unpaved and steep.
Mhm.
They could do Bruce Hill Road, because that's fun.
Blakesley.
Or they could do Blakesley Hill Road. It's paved, but they'd have to drive
Pretty
halfway to
roundabout,
Ithaca,
yeah.
and it's also steep. They could also go all the way to Sandbank Road, in Ithaca, and come up that way. But I think especially given the unpredictability of the weather, I think if we get rid of that polling place, we're eliminating some people from being able to vote.
That's what it looks like. too.
So, and they, you know, these other towns, Caroline, Enfield, Newfield only have one polling place. Well, they also, I think, only have one fire department. And we have two because of that situation.
Yeah,
So
true.
I think we need to,
It was only last year that we finally got them to recognize that topography was a reason to put some of the folks who were, where they drew a straight line and had them coming over the hill to vote.
Right.
Put them in District 2.
right,
Eliminating that annoyance. Now they want to eliminate it for everybody.
I think it looks really bad when we're trying all over the country to make sure people have access to vote. It looks really bad. I'm
You know, what's
not
changed
ready.
is the opportunity for early voting.
That's for people who
lot of-
have
Yeah.
reliable transportation and et
Yeah.
cetera, et
And
cetera.
go into Ithaca.
Yep.
Right. And the reality is that if this were to come to pass, I'm willing to bet money that more people will vote in Ithaca than will come over the hill. Because it's not any harder to drive to Ithaca. and
Right.
Right.
But there are a lot of people who, you know,
Or mail
don't
in a
really
vote.
go that way. They'll go to Spencer or something, you know.
Or-
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway, I share your concern.
Yeah.
If that were to happen, there would be no, I mean, the next step would be, well, why have a district over there at all?
oh, they could join Newfield? Is that what you
No,
mean?
no, I mean, we combine a district, whatever it is, 3, or, you know, here in Danby, because it's a pretty small district by comparison. I mean, why have 2 fire departments? It's only 5 miles, you know?
Well, there's a reason for that.
Yes, but over time, the reason has diminished, because it used to be that they were practically impassable at times between the two. And that's never the case anymore. It's,
Well, I don't know. I've been on Michigan Hollow Road when I shouldn't have been.
Yes, I
I've been
go,
on-
I go around when I have to
Yeah.
go to West Danby.
I'll go down
And there's
Blakely
a
Hill.
chance of
Yes.
it being slippery, and sometimes that road, I mean, even with good traction trucks, you
Yeah.
know, it slides, I think in Blakesley Hill right now, but,
Yeah.
but the same is true of
I-
Station Road.
yeah, at times.
And I'll come back into town
Right,
through Ithaca and go
Right.
down. I remember just doing that this year.
yeah.
Mhm.
I did that.
I think even worse, it really looks bad when the country's plan is to try and make voting access easier all over the country. We need voters. And to say we're taking away a polling place, I don't think that we even have to have a reason except to say that. I mean, it looks really bad.
Mm-hmm.
It feels really bad. You're telling me that basically you're saying if I can't get up there, I can't vote. If I can't get into town, I just don't like it. Looks bad.
I think we're in agreement on this point.
Yep.
Anybody
Can we
wanna
write to them?
Make a motion or something to write something up to express our concern that this seems like an inappropriate and undesirable thing to do.
Sounds like a motion to me. I'll second that one.
I think there should be an in-person conversation with the Board of Elections and
Yeah, I
also a
probably
letter.
received it today, but I hadn't seen the letter yet, or I certainly would have raised the points.
Right,
All right,
so motion includes both in person. I'm really a big fan of in-person. Letters can be put aside, but when you're talking to someone.
we could wait for a snowstorm and take them for a ride.
Yeah, we'll,
Yes.
we'll send them down the hill.
Yes.
Yeah. Put them
Bye.
in the snow plow and let them see what it's like to go up and down those roads.
So a motion has been made was it seconded?
Yes, but we need to amend it to include I think that's a good
In-person.
idea, the in-person.
I'm not gonna do it, folks. I can call them, just book them today. I mean, we know each other quite well, so I don't see any need to.
Well, it doesn't mean you have to do the in-person.
Or somebody else wants to talk to me.
I wouldn't mind talking to, I can talk to them.
Okay, yeah. So that's been added on. And I'll write something up, send it to them, and I'll probably call them as well. 'cause-
Right, to everybody, yeah, do that.
So the motion is to write, expressing our thinking that it's both inappropriate and undesirable. And then send them that and follow up with an in-person expression of concern by Leslie. Are we ready to vote on that?
I am.
Okay. Mariah. Hello, Mariah,
Oops.
are you there?
Let me see if I can ask her.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, gotcha.
Oh, that is really weird. Okay. Connors,
Yes,
Hanson,
Yes,
Hunter,
Yes,
Woodward,
Yes,
Gagnon.
Yes,
Excellent, thank you.
we do have a thank you from the food bank, which also is acknowledgement that the money goes through them to the pantry. And we have Paul's formal letter of resignation. A big announcement, just came shortly after our last meeting, but we missed it. The announcement that we got the Water Quality Improvement Program grant from the DEC for about $4.6 million to put sewers in Danby and West Danby. Greg is here, right? Greg could speak to this because it pays for about 3/4, but we have to come up with another $1.5 million or so to actually do it.
Is there,
Yeah,
is there a possibility of more grants?
yes.
Or-
You may recall that Tim
Yeah.
Steve, when he
And
proposed that we go after this, point out that, if we were to get this, it's a big chunk of the part of what's needed to do it, and that it puts us in a good position to seek additional funding from other sources. So that we need to follow up with Tim and say, okay, what are these other sources? How do we get them? Because otherwise, it's still too expensive to make sense for those who would be included in the district.
Right,
So that is something that both Greg and I will be in contact with Tim to pursue our options for that.
okay.
You have a supervisor's report. Thanks to Laura, got it together.
I have an announcement.
You have an announcement?
Well, yes, in 2 weeks, the next meeting is a federal holiday. The clerk's office will
right.
be closed on Monday. I can certainly attend the meeting if you're going to have it, but
Yeah,
the
what's
last preparation, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
So you're suggesting we might be nice to move.
Right,
the
I
meeting.
forgot about that.
yeah,
We move it to, we can move to the following Monday.
look at the calendar.
I forgot to bring it down.
What did you say, 27th? And then when's the next Monday? Is it like 3 days later?
That is.
Well,
No, I don't mean
yeah,
that.
February,
Next month.
I mean, the next month's meeting, like February.
1 week, 1 week.
Is it?
February
February
Right.
2nd. It would be
It's a-
1 week.
27, okay,
It's a Monday to a Monday.
yeah, but doesn't give very much,
I mean, that's kind of silly to have them a week apart though.
right? Is there another way to do, let's see.
Oh, yeah, we could move it to Wednesday, say. Because Tuesdays are standing meetings. Is that the third Tuesday? Like, either be planning board or CAC. Probably planning board,
No, the planning board.
yeah. And Wednesday might be open.
Have
Any,
no
any
objection.
scheduled meetings for Wednesday, Mariah?
Stand by. Wednesday. There is nothing on the calendar on Wednesday, the 22nd.
So we move the meeting, our next town board meeting to Wednesday, the 22nd of January.
I'll second it, and then if there's conversation or,
Yeah, now we talk about it.
Yeah.
Does that work for everybody?
Hmm?
Does that work for everybody?
I don't have my calendar.
No,
does that work for you, Mariah? Or
Yes.
not?
Yes, that works for me.
so Wednesday, no? Wednesday, January 22nd?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, I think we're ready to vote on that.
Ready?
Yep.
Connors,
I,
Hanson,
Aye.
Hunter,
yes, sorry,
Woodward,
yes. Woodward, sorry.
Yes,
I thought-
Gagnon,
Yes.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
wasn't answering to Pat. I thought she said something else to me, so I said. But then I realized she did say Woodward.
There are, I don't know if you noticed, but late in the day, Steve posted an annual code office report.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Huh.
So there's two of them in the meeting folder, and now, and also linked now, but rather late in the game. So I said, what happened? We went from 27 million last year down to 7 this year. What happened with the solar farm?
Oh,
That was 24.
Wow.
So he said the numbers would be fairly comparable, if not for that.
Where are you seeing this monthly? I mean, year and annual?
It should be in the meeting folder.
Oh, and but it's not in, okay.
It should be, well, I mean, it's not, well, I left a message to her, I see if she could link it to the agenda, but like, 6 or something, let's wait.
okay.
I don't know whether the Zoom audience has had access to that or not.
Mm. Okay,
So, there you go.
There it is.
There it is, screen shared. See it?
Wow. $7 million of
Yeah,
work
it's
permitted.
you have to scroll down. Here's the numbers.
I see the total estimated dollar value for work permitted is a lot. Wow.
Yeah, so we went.
And that
from-
was the solar farm was made at 29,000. It's still
29
7 million,
29
still, I mean, million.
Yeah.
Still 7 million's a lot anyway.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, it was less than 7, it's more like, no, I'm not sure what it is. But
Wow.
well, it's more like 4, which is what we had this year, or last year.
What do you mean?
2044 was 4,329,767.
I can't see.
I see what you're saying, right? Wow.
Last year it would have been in that ballpark had it not been for the solar farm. I think it is considerably slower than it was in 2022. Okay, minutes.
I move, that we accept the December 16th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Second that. Any discussion? Mariah,
Connors,
Aye.
Hanson,
With certainty.
Hunter,
Aye.
Woodworth,
Yes,
Daniel.
yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Fund transfers.
Right.
Is there anybody? I have to go back in the email to check for that. That was late.
I'll move,
Laura, she's here.
yeah.
Hi, guys.
Yes.
I-
Laura.
Hi, I have to apologize. I was late. I had to get the payroll out. First payroll of the year. There's so many changes, so much of a setup, and I wanted to get some of the other things. But where are we? Did we do the supervisor's report yet?
Well, we zoomed past it. I pointed out that they have it, but nobody asked any questions.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So there was that. And then,
We're at the
There
fund
is-
transfers.
there is a transfer. There is some budget transfers before you approve this next abstract. We were $214, and this is all for 2024 still. Because a lot of the bills, even though it's January, the fact that we have an abstract 25, it's because there's still bills coming in for 2024. So we were over on traffic control by $214. I just suggested we take it out of our highway contractual, which is the line item that we use in the highway department to go like the conferences or to, do things like that. There's money left in there. And Oh, and a deputy town clerk, and Mariah was gonna call you about that. I always like you to know about anything going on with any of your accounts. As that deputy town clerk, we moved money kind of around. There's $955, and I just suggested we take it out of the deputy supervisor's line. That we didn't use that money and put that in the deputy town clerk. And as far as the highway goes, we had some snow removal salaries that were larger than we had expected, simply because we had a person retire. And Keith wanted to bring someone on ahead of time so that they would know the routes, or get used to the equipment. So they came on way ahead of time. So we had some of that. We had money left over in the mechanic's salary. We just suggested we take that out of the mechanic's salary, put it in snow removal salaries, and then our snow removal contractual to put some additional money into that salary line. We did very well in the this year in all of these line items. So those are the only four that we would need to have in order for you guys to go ahead and approve this abstract 25, knowing that everything's covered.
I move that we
Yes.
transfer from identified line to identified line.
It's just
Submitted.
now conveyed.
Yeah.
I'll second that. Any discussion? Mariah?
Connors,
Aye.
Hanson,
Yes. That's right.
Hunter,
Yes.
Totally.
Woodward,
Yes,
Canyon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, another one.
I should have said just briefly, I think it was a good thing that, to hire, that person ahead. I saw the person when the roads were safe to be driving around, getting the ropes, and I think that was a good idea.
It was a good idea, and as I mentioned that you recall that we had that conversation
Yeah.
and approved doing that.
Yeah.
I still think it's,
Yep.
and I've actually seen them, I've seen them
Yeah,
out there.
it actually happened, yeah.
I want to move the
Great.
general.
The town made a great choice with him. He's really great, Dan. Saraceno.
Glad to hear it.
Yes.
I want to move the general fund, abstract 25 vouchers, 497 through 510 for $33,913.42.
second.
Seconded by Pat. Any discussion? Look good to me. Okay, right.
Connors,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes,
Canyon.
Yes.
Thank you.
I want to move the highway fund abstract 25 vouchers 236 to 245 for $13,237.23.
second.
Any discussion? Right.
Connors,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes,
Canyon.
Yes.
Thank you.
I want to move the West Danby Water District abstract 25 voucher 38 for $722.
second.
That was for stuff.
Yeah.
Paneling for the new building. Great. Right.
Connors,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes,
Canyon.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, well, not really. Not really.
And then we got voucher one.
Yeah.
I mean, abstract.
Abstract one. I want to move general fund abstract one for vouchers 1 through 12 for $10,242.77.
Second. Discussion? Mariah,
Connors,
Yes,
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes,
Daniel.
yes.
Thank you.
On to the organization of resolutions. So in the past, we've had an issue with if I numbered them, the numbers will all be wrong because we had numbered resolutions that happened in the past before we get to them. So instead,
yeah.
I left them blank.
Yep.
But I've given them letters so that we can say, I move, resolutions A through D or whatever. So it'll take a process. So let me start by reading the supervisor's statement to the board. The rules of order adopted by the town board as resolution 61 of 2020 and subsequently amended by resolution 46 of 2021, resolution 134 of 2022, and resolution 187 of 2022 will be followed at all town board meetings. The orderly conduct of all meetings is imperative. Accordingly, there can be only one speaker at a time, and whoever is chairing a meeting should insist on controlling the order of speakers to ensure that. The following statement of policy will be added to the posted agenda for all town board meetings. Quote, the public has the right to attend and observe all public meetings. This right does not include the right to comment except at public hearings. It is, however, the policy of the town board to allow for participation by the public at all town board meetings, primarily during time set aside for it called privilege of the floor. Each speaker may be limited to 3 minutes. Comments may be allowed at other times during the meeting, but only if a person wishing to speak is recognized by the chair. Methods of claims for payments of all bills will be by voucher, and the town board will audit all bills. Okay, and then to the standard resolutions, most of them, but not all. The first one is pretty standard.
do we want to do
Go to-
clumps? We
Yep.
need to make a resolution that we can do them in clumps, right?
That's-
Usually we do.
That's a good point, because our rules of procedure say we'll do them one at a time. So you making such a motion,
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we
enable ourselves to
we
do
can
them.
lump them
groups.
together.
Yes,
Um,
I'll second that.
They make sense.
Right,
Oh, sorry, you caught me off guard there. Let me write this up here.
Yeah, I forget
Okay.
how we usually did it.
Connors,
Yes,
Hanson,
Yeah.
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodworth,
yes,
and Gagnon.
yes.
Very good.
I suggest we do A and B together. I move we do, approve A
Okay.
and B.
and the numbers will be put in after
Well, I'm not sure where we are in the resolution scheme of things.
the rest of the meeting, yeah.
Probably still a minute to go along at this point. What number what
No.
resolution are we up to?
Um,
Let's keep it
9,
back.
10, and 11.
10 and 11?
This would be 10 and 11.
Okay,
Okay. There was a motion and a second to allow ourselves to deal with them in groups. And we are,
Right.
we're about to vote.
That was 9. You voted on that one.
Did we
So
vote?
now you're clumping together, yes, now you're
Okay,
clumping
Now we-
together
okay,
provisions of blanket undertaking and approvals of invest idle funds.
right.
Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
so we're saying that the
Yes.
supervisor's statement was a resolution?
No,
Oh,
we're not.
Oh, gotcha, never mind.
Yeah.
It was a little silly.
Your
Okay,
resolution was,
11 and 12.
Yeah.
Okay,
so where do you go?
So 10 and 11 you're putting
Okay.
together,
Right.
which is.
right, yeah.
And it was moved by Gagnon?
I think so, yeah, yes.
And who seconded that?
Well, I'll do that.
That Connors?
Yes,
Thank you.
just resolution number 11.
It's This is
11.
Oh, these are
11,
number.
11 and
A
12,
is, A is 10, B is 11.
11 and 12.
No.
I'm gonna go back.
10 and 11,
No, because,
10 and 11.
I thought 10, what was clumping them together? 9?
9. That was
All right.
it.
10 and 11. Okay.
Had it right to begin with.
Correct, is that correct, Mariah? They're clumping them together with resolution 9.
Okay, doke.
Hold on, hold on.
I'm having this 1 to 8. My goodness.
Yeah, we don't have to do this, we can just have a number by and by.
Right.
So clumping them together was 9. And then the
Okay.
two, 10 and 11 are for blanket undertaking and invest idle funds.
Yep,
All right,
great.
okay, so we're all in agreement of where we are then.
Yep.
Okay, ready to vote on that one.
Very good. Connors,
Yes,
Hanson,
Yes,
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodworth,
Yes,
Gagnon.
Yes.
Excellent.
I think the next two might be have help with
Yeah.
individually,
oh,
because they're new. The first one is a new thing, having investigated this quite thoroughly. We now are positioned to do it. This is NICLAS is it's similar to the municipal health insurance consortium,
right,
banding together of municipalities to invest their quote unquote idle funds. And it's very similar to a money market account. The advantages are that it's all, as you probably know, we're very constrained in places we can invest our funds because they have to be collateralized. And this framework allows us to do that while also providing liquidity. So you're not tying it up in a CD. We should have done it a long time ago. But anyway, here it is. And we're ready to move forward on that one. So if you will authorize us, because that's what you already approved in the previous resolution, allowing me to invest idle funds, but NICLAS wants a resolution of approval from the board to join the group.
it's
Amen.
called the NICLAS
Yeah.
fund,
yeah,
not just a NICLAS.
municipal
So
cooperation.
number 11
agreement.
allows you to do it, and number 12 is the thing we're doing.
Right,
Well, I mean, 11 gives me broad authority to invest it in a variety of ways.
Yeah,
That we could, if we're not limited to doing, you could put as little or as much into this one if you want. So if we had an opportunity to say invest in a CD at a significantly higher interest rate, we could pull it out of NICLAS and put it there.
yeah,
But to join the consortium, we needed a resolution of the board, which is what they, and this is a
That's what this is.
resolution that they gave us the language for, so.
yeah.
So I'll move that one.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Mariah?
Connors,
Yes,
Hanson,
yes,
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodworth,
yes,
Gagnon.
Yes.
Excellent.
Then the next one is, we've been with, NYMER for our workers' comp for a long time, but we're doing it in a review of our insurances. And, the Comp Alliance, which has been, courting us for some
yeah,
time,
yeah,
has a significantly lower cost of the town, well, particularly over time. So we're proposing to jump ship, basically, and go with the Comp Alliance. They too, want a resolution of the board to indicate that we want to join forces with them. And that resolution was supplied also to everybody. I will move that one.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Mariah?
Connors,
Yes,
Hanson,
yes,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodworth,
yes,
Gagnon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Where does the next one by itself?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move, the next resolution, which is E in the list, number 14 for the year, to establish the salaries and hourly wages as stated. Let somebody second that first.
Second.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Is that Pat?
Whoever you heard that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Pat said first. I was just talking to, Mark Whitmer just before this meeting and told him that, we were going with the 2460 that we had been told was going to be the living wage for 2025. Neither I nor he could actually find anything on the web indicating that it was going to be. Laura, you said you found it somewhere, right?
Yes, I did. I
Where
found that what I looked up was the living wage in Ithaca, New York. In Tompkins County, New York. Living wage in Tompkins County, New York. I think I put Ithaca, New York in there. And that is what we had found, and that was what we had talked about. And found that also when we first started our budget process,
Yeah, that's right.
that it was 2460.
Mhm. Even though.
Actually, I looked at it now and it was 2464. It was
Yeah, that's-
2460 when we examined it. So
Saying 2464.
Is it?
Yeah.
2464 now. We've got 2460. So I can go up and,
Well, if we're going to hold to our commitment to paying the living wage, we should probably adjust all 2460 to 2464 then, right?
yeah, I guess we better. I've got it all in there as 2460, but now
Yeah.
looking at 2464.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, that's right.
Jeez.
That's what Rick said. Wow. But interestingly, the Workers Center still has last year's, and all the communications I've gotten from them were about 2024 and not 2025. So it's a really good wage if you're a lifeguard or shoveling snow.
It's for doing anything.
Mhm. So the resolution has been amended to change the 2460 to 2464. And has been seconded by Pat, right?
I paid my guys $20, $25.
We're gonna add, we're adding that to
Yeah.
this resolution, that's number 14,
Yeah.
amending it,
Amending it.
the hourly wage section.
Yeah. So that any place where it says 2460,
This is 2464.
2464.
Right, but we're putting it into that section of, well, it says hourly
Yeah.
wages.
Right.
Okay.
I reorganized this a little bit to put, Laura checked all the numbers in there, and what's in the budget.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay, Mariah.
Connors,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes,
Woodworth,
Yes.
Gagnon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see, 15.
We could do a bunch of these. Can you?
I mean, sort of, 15 through 19. Seem to sort of. Be financial.
What letters are those?
F through J.
Okay.
The date
Wait,
is,
where
should
is
be
that?
2025
wait,
on that line.
Oops, where did
wait a
that?
minute, where's that?
F is down at the bottom of the page,
Oh, that's
all by
right.
itself.
I'll just get it in there. But,
Was on page 2.
H would say
Looks like
number
it's stuck on the end of this
2025,
one. Maybe, no, I don't have it in here.
which,
F is not on my sheet.
oh,
Oh, down here.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
at the
gotcha,
bottom, the
gotcha.
title's on, yeah, it
Yeah,
I get it.
carries.
It was
over
right on the
to
edge.
That's, so that's number 15.
So let's just move F through J, which is also 15 through 19.
15 through 19.
Is there a second?
I'll second that. I can't, I moved
You
it.
can't, you moved it.
Second.
Pat seconded it.
Okay, I
Okay.
seconded it.
Comment,
That was your
the,
vote.
this is
Ow, oh, we got a bony elbow.
the federal mileage rate at 70 cents a mile is pretty
I know,
substantial.
72,
We are
70.
not obligated to
50.
use it if we don't want to. We have been doing it as a matter of routine.
Yeah,
But it's like, it's better than 4.5% increase year over year.
So it did insurance for everybody, and that's what this, one of the things, that
One of the
federal thing
costs,
is
for
supposed to
sure.
pay insurance and,
yeah.
fuel, with both,
Right,
and repairs. Good luck.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
yeah, the number 18, says 2024 over on the edge.
Oh, yeah,
Should be 2025. That's the only thing I could find
I don't see
wrong.
20.
turn, go
Oh,
back.
Okay. Where's that come from?
Yeah, that's the,
That's where, yeah. Where'd that come from? And also in the preceding one, it says 26. And it should
Oh,
say
you're right.
25.
2024, no, 2024.
Yeah, but it's a
That-
resolution number of 2026 instead of 2025.
Oops, I think that one I
right.
missed.
Yeah. Well, I did too in my proofreading. I just noticed it now.
Yeah. Oh.
The change funds are unchanged.
so,
But,
so I'm inclined to say that we leave that 70 cents alone.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm just telling you that we could if we wanted to.
I've had jobs where I've had mileage in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you put it in, but
Yeah.
it could be, doesn't cover hardly. If you have one big repair.
Unless you got,
Your work.
that's true.
okay.
Pro rate, of course, based on miles, but
Right.
yeah, okay. A vote on, what is it, 15 through 19. Mariah,
And that was moved by,
Me,
Leslie,
Leslie.
and seconded by Pat. I
Um,
think.
Hanson. Okay, very good. Connors,
Yes,
Hanson,
Yes,
Hunter,
Yes,
Woodward,
Yes,
Canyon.
Yes.
Thank you.
So let's see.
well, the next two are credit card things, yeah.
Yes,
So I think I would lump 20 and 21 together.
okay, so you're moving 20 and 21.
Yep.
Patrick's are K and L.
second.
Pat seconded. No problem with that. Mariah,
Connors,
Yes,
Hanson,
yes,
Hunter,
yes,
Woodward,
Yes,
Canyon.
yes,
Thank you.
and I move that we lump together 22 and 23, the official newspaper and bank depository and the attorneys.
okay. Second that. Only thing to note here is, I changed it to town working funds because we got the idle funds resolution that we passed earlier. This is where we basically run our accounts out of. But key banking is where
Oh,
we've got the
key bank.
credit card and
Yeah,
trust company does the other stuff. check.
Yeah.
And we're sticking with Dale and Taylor, which is Guy,
or his workers.
right? Ready?
Yep.
Right,
Connors,
Yes,
Hanson,
yes,
Hunter,
yes,
Woodworth,
yes,
Canyon.
yes.
Excellent.
Are we okay with 24 this year?
hmm?
we okay with 24 this year?
Yeah, yeah. Yep,
Okay, so, want to lump it with anybody else?
Flag policy?
what did you say?
Want to lump it with anybody else?
I wouldn't, I
Okay.
mean, just,
Okay, I move 24,
Yeah.
which is O. Reaffirmation of policies and procedures.
I'll second it.
Any comments?
nope,
Okay, Mariah,
Connors,
yeah,
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yeah,
Woodworth,
Yes,
Banyan.
yes.
Thank you.
I think we do a bunch of them, the following ones. It's what, 25? How about, I'll go up to a W.
what's that?
Well, we go up to W.
Okay. 27, 28, 29, 30,
These are,
31, 32. So 25 through 32. Twenty-five, Healthcare Consortium, Laura, Deputy Town Clerk, Cynthia,
Yep.
Deputy Highway Superintendent, Jack, Court Clerk, Diane, Supervisor Appointments, Deputy Town Supervisor, Assistant to the Supervisor, Budget Officer, Bookkeeper, Town Historian, and additional appointments in Town Clerk's Office. And New York State grants, gateways, and appointment of dog control officer, which is SDCA.
so with that, do we have a motion second?
I move,
Did I move that? Do we have a motion and
No.
second? yet?
No,
No?
not yet.
Okay.
We're bundling.
So Leslie, is moving that,
I'm gonna second it.
and Paul's gonna second it. So that was
and
for
that's 25 through 32.
25 to 32.
32, very good. That's the dog control.
Yep,
Yeah, that's P through W.
Particular.
Okay, ready?
yeah,
Yes,
Vote.
Connors,
yes,
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
yes,
Woodworth,
yes,
Banyan.
Yes.
Very good.
Only a bunch more here.
Hmm.
Um,
So
these appointments
33,
all.
they're all,
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
So-
long as we didn't leave anybody off, they were good.
There's some more that could be made, but that's what we've got to make.
yeah,
Yeah.
So let's see how far we can go here. For this thing.
Well, those three are chairs. 33 through 49 are all appointments. 33, CAC, Margaret Corbett, Renee Owens, and Jonathan Zisk. County Youth Rec Partnership Board, Marnie. Danby Youth Commission members, Catherine and Marnie. Town Water Advisory Committee is Skip Fairchild. BZA. Is Ted Jones, Planning Board, Jacob Colbert. Threat Assessment Team is Catherine Hunter, Steve Courtwright, Mariah Dillon, Laura Shawley, and Tyler Jordan. Appointment of the Section 504 Coordinator as the Town Supervisor. Appointment of Pond Supervisor, Rec Supervisor is Mary Ann Kozak. Assistant is Jeremy Kozak. Appointment of Fair Housing Officer is the planner. Section 3 coordinator is the planner. Stormwater management officer is the planner. And the appointment rep to the Kegel Lake Watershed intermunicipal organization is the town planner. And the rep to the Ithaca Tompkins County Transportation Council is the supervisor to the policy committee, and the planner to the planning committee. Oh, how does that make sense?
Yeah.
Appointment of reps to the Tompkins County Council of Governments is Joel Gagnon and Leslie Connors as alternate. And appointment of energy advisor, climate smart communities coordinator is Jim Holland.
So that was a motion and I just. Any discussion? Mariah,
Connors,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodworth,
Yes,
Gagnon.
yeah,
Very good.
and because the others is a good bunch too.
I'll move the appointment of the planning board chair, Kelly Mahar, BZA chair, Earl Hicks, and appointment as a CAC chair is Ann Klingensmith, co-chairing with Jonathan Zisk.
Second. That's 50 through 52.
Yep.
Any discussion? All right,
Connors,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodworth,
yes,
Gagnon.
yeah,
Very good.
Welcome.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you for organizing that,
Right.
whoever helped with it.
Yeah, it's all good.
It was a day's work of it.
I know, yeah.
Contract with the county youth services. We did the cooperative extension contract, which is a subcontract. In fact, we have a contract with the county. And then the cooperative extension provides the
Right.
framework for hiring somebody and executing it. So this is for the overall contract with the county for 2025. I move we grant me the authority to sign it.
I'll second that one.
Any discussion?
Is that a second, Catherine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think we're ready.
Connors,
Yes. I think she said.
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Woodworth,
yes,
Gagnon.
Yes.
Thank you.
And it would be authorizing the signing of the CDBG grant agreement. Greg and Grace will be drafted this in order to give me authority not just to sign the agreement, but all subsequent, if there's a host of things that get signed along the way, when we implement this. So this is broad authority to sign those things as they come up. We have to keep coming back to you.
I like that idea.
So I move that one.
I will second that.
Any discussion? Mariah,
Connors,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yep.
Woodworth,
yes.
Gagnon.
yes.
Thank you.
Items for next time. Besides the snow and ice agreement,
Right.
Was there a copy of that anywhere?
which is snow and ice.
Yeah.
Agreement. There is. I'm sure that Laura has it on file someplace.
Okay, it's the same thing that we did before. I mean, it's,
Well, I mean,
No,
well,
this is. the
We're doing
first
it
year we
differently.
do
what,
it.
what we're doing is
Switching.
shifting from
Right.
doing it the way we've done it before with it, which is a point by point accounting, to a annual average.
right.
Which will save a lot of,
Paperwork.
yes, and tracking that by the part of Laura, who's been doing this.
Well, Keith and I were talking about it too. Can I interject?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, Keith and I were talking about it too. Maybe in the first year, I still might go through and do snow and ice reports. In other words, calculate the amount of, salt being used, sand being used, and seeing where we're gonna end up.
Yeah.
We're one of two municipalities that are still doing it the old fashioned way. They call it the old fashioned way. The old way where we're calculating every bit. So they were really kind of trying to encourage us to go this other route. But by keeping track of it, we want to see what type of increases they're going to give, say for 2026, that would take into consideration our increase in payroll, increase in prices
Yeah.
with salt. So we're just kind of looking into how they're planning on doing that. But from what I had heard, it's working out very well for the other municipalities. So the percentage increases and things they're putting in it from year to year are working out well. So we just thought we'd try it. Keith thought, let's try it. He picked an option and would like to get some permission to enter into that contract with the county for next year. We can get out of it anytime we want. So, say we go through the year and we don't like what we see, we can switch up. But from the calculations that I've done and that Keith has done on this, it looks like a pretty fair thing.
Okey-dokey.
So we're modernizing.
you
Yeah.
could say that.
right.
Since we're no
They're
longer
trying
doing
to
it the
find a way,
old-fashioned way.
Simplify,
without having to go through all of
Dragging and kicking and
calculate.
screaming.
Yeah.
simplify.
Yeah,
You're
simple.
simplifying. That's a good word for it. They're trying to
That's
simplify the process.
word for it. Yeah.
Yes.
It'd save a lot of, because the thing about the other way of doing it, the way we have been doing it, it doesn't take into account Laura's time.
Yeah.
Keeping tabs of it all, which really ought to be part of the expense of doing it
Right,
that way.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, we don't have a contract in our hand right now. They have to put one together. They didn't have it ready, but they'll have it ready for the next board meeting.
Oh,
The
okay. All right. So we
contract
can
for us
wait.
to go ahead and,
So that's why we're waiting on.
Okay.
yeah, we thought maybe we'd have it today, but we didn't. From the county.
Okey-doke.
Other things you want,
Sounds good.
I can guarantee there will be other things. But, yeah. Hearing none, the business having been concluded, the meeting is adjourned.
Wow.
Thank you all for coming.
Well, boy, you guys covered a lot of stuff in a short amount of time.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of business tonight.
Hi, Jim. Hi, Laura.
Jim,
Okay.
hi, guys. Happy New Year.
Hi, Aaron.
There it is.
There he is. Ted. Catherine.
When you get rid of them, I have something to.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'll wait until.
Mariah, you're gonna have to end the
we
meeting.
could do leave meeting.
We'll just keep talking.